Like I did say earlier, what we do on Twitter Jabs is quite simple. We discuss trending conversations on Twitter. However, this time around, joining me in studio is Mr. Kenneth Otim, Principal Public Affairs Officer at Uganda Civil Aviation. Good morning, Kenneth.
Good morning, Shivan.
Thank you for joining us today on Sunrise at Sea, being our first guest.
I'm very grateful and thank you for inviting me here. Nice studio.
Thank you. So we're going to cut right to the chase. And of course, the first question that I'm going to ask you comes in relation to the first tweet I did discuss with my colleague, and that is the at Africa Fact Zone, which gives a brief of exactly what is happening. So in your capacity,
yes,
what do you have to say about this information in regard to the Chinese taking over the airport because of failure to pay up a loan?
Thank you, Shivan. Good morning, viewers. The Chinese, when we saw that tweet on social media, the Chinese taking over Entebbe International Airport, it was laughable to us because it was something that somebody posted without getting to know the deeper facts. The story had facts, but then the deeper facts is not what exactly you tell the public. You know, for us in the media, you want to write a very good masthead so that you attract readers to your story, but that's not the case.
Really?
Yes. Elaborate more.
So what is the case?
Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, we are 100% owned by the government of Uganda, and we regulate the air industry in the country. The government of Uganda in 2015 borrowed money from China Exim Bank. So the borrower is government of Uganda, the end user is Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. The money is $200 million US, and it is going to do the upgrade and expansion of Entebbe International Airport, which is phase 1. We have also phase 2. So that money which was given to us is supposed to be paid over a period of 20 years. So from 2015 to next year, 2022, that's the grace period that they have given us. And in that period, the government of Uganda will be paying interest that has accumulated on the loan. Then after 2022, we shall start paying the principal of that loan for a period of 20 years, as I've said. So like any other bank, even you, Shivan, when you go to pick a loan from the bank, the bank will want to have a security. If you're not salary employer, you have a land title deposited with the bank. If you're working at CTV here, you say my salary will be the security. So even the Exim Bank wanted Uganda Civil Aviation Authority to open up, first of all, an escrow account. So I want to explain these things, that government picks money from Exim Bank. Exim Bank requests government that the end user should open up a buffer account. A buffer account is that money you put into the account so that in case you fail to pay at any one time, they can go there and pick. It's a reserve.
Okay.
Then the escrow account, which our operational account. So we have got both aeronautical and non-aeronautical revenues. Aeronautical revenues, the money that we pick from your ticket, every passenger, the money that we pick from overheads, flights flying over our airspace and they're using our radar, then also money coming in from the cargo handling. So we use that as aeronautical to our escrow account. Also the non-aeronautical revenue, for example, parking, the concessionaires, the restaurants, the duty-free shops. So when we put the aeronautical and non-aeronautical in our escrow account, the bank wants to see how performing we are doing, and so that they don't get scared that we are unable to pay their loan back.
Interesting, and I do see where you're coming from, but you did mention that money that you have got is going to be used to revamp the airport in different phases, phase 1 and phase 2.
Yes.
And many times Ugandans have come out to complain that even money borrowed, especially by the government, is mishandled or even not used well. So take us through, what are some of the things that you have been able to achieve basing on the money that you've been able to borrow?
Okay. The first phase of this project is, it has been one, to strengthen and renovate our runways. We have got 2 runways. We have got 1735 and 1230. So these runways, I'll give you the first one. You remember the time when the Israelites attacked Entebbe International Airport?
Yes.
That's the oldest runway, which is 1230. Those are bearings when I talk about 1230. So this runway is 2.4 kilometers. So we have resurfaced it, that is putting bitumen. We have put markings on it. We are yet to put the lights on that runway. Then our main runway we built in 1974-75, that is 1735, which is 3.6 kilometers. We have resurfaced it, and also we are yet to put new lights. So every time a plane lands on a runway, it leaves rubber. And after a certain period of time, that rubber, either you remove it by scrubbing it off, or you can put another layer of bitumen. Now, this Entebbe International Airport 1735 runway had lived its use, so we had to renovate it and put a new layer. So that is one of the areas we are working on. Then, when a plane has landed, for it to go off the runway so that another one can either use it for takeoff, those roads that the plane uses to come before it departs, they are called taxiways. So we have also strengthened our taxiways, even added more taxiways, put bitumen on those taxiways. Then we have what we call the apron. Apron is where the plane parks. So we have got apron 1, we have got apron 2, we have got apron 4. I'll talk about apron 5 later. So apron 1 is the main apron when you come to Entebbe International Airport, where we board from. Apron 2 is that apron where the president boards from, the former Entebbe International Airport, where the Israelis attacked Uganda. Then apron number 4 is where the UN base is.
So all these have been done in phase 1?
Yes, all these have been done in phase 1.
Okay.
Now, apron number 5 is not yet in use, but it's where we are going to have our new cargo center. So that will be apron number 5. I've not talked about apron number 3 because that one is being used by the military aviation. When I talk about civil aviation, we are dealing with civil. Now, there is also military aviation. So apron number 3 is for the civil, is for the military aviation. So those are some of the projects, but lastly is the new cargo center. This new cargo center will be with a capacity of 100,000 tons. Right now, the cargo center we have is 60,000 tons. So in January, we intend to shift from the old to the new cargo center, and also apron number 5 will be in use.
Okay, so in relation to the first tweet that we did have, it has been brought to attention, and I'm sure you know, that in March, an 11-member delegation was sent to Beijing in order to plead with Exim Bank. What were some of the repercussions or outcomes of this meeting?
The first loan agreement, like the bank had issues like trying to be in control of our operational account.
Oh, okay.
The bank wanted to look at our master plan. The bank wanted to look at our budgets. So in 2019, when the delegation went to Beijing, these are some of the issues that we wanted to discuss. And actually the bank was like, we can have our operations without them being having control over our escrow account. So, you know, it's not true that when the delegation went there, they came back empty-handed. No. As per the tweet. No, yeah, as per the tweet. But at least the bank said, okay, Civil Aviation Authority can have its escrow account. They operate it as they want it. We run our affairs. So we have continued having our budgets approved by the Ministry of Works and Transport. Civil Aviation Authority has the right to use its escrow account, its operational account, the way we want it. So it's not what you hear in the social media that the bank is in control of our account. No.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, time is not on our side, but even as we wind up this conversation, I want to give you the spotlight to tell us, as our first guest this morning, especially on the Twitter jabs, what do you have to say about Sunrise at Sea?
I can see this is going to be one of the #1 TV in this country. I've just liked the ambience, I've liked the setup, and I think it's a TV for me to wake up every morning and I tune on CTV before I go to work. Thank you for the great work you're going to do here. I see the branding is very perfect.
Well, thank you so much for allowing to be our first guest today.